Welcome to the Holistics channel, where we make crypto fun,
not confusing. There we go, fine. Are we recording our screen? We're recording. Today we're talking about people that don't give you the right information.
I'm enjoying a minty hookah.
Awesome. I'm enjoying being next to one. And then if you look at the screen right away, right when Bitcoin was made, 2010, you say? You can look at the news.
Ages ago.
Why Bitcoin Can't Be a Currency by the Underground Economists. And Bitcoin was at a current price of 23 cents.
I don't know if that sounds accurate information.
I don't think it does either, because at the very top of the all-time high, we have here the Bitcoin delusion on the Spectator, 67,000. So Bitcoin has died a total of 474 times if
Rest
it were
in
up
peace.
to the public opinion polls. Not even the public opinion polls, just the opinionated writers at these very wayward news associations. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because if you look at all of these, it never stops. It's constant. Everybody hates Bitcoin all the time, no matter the price. And it continues. And so people will put out news articles that reflect their opinion or their feelings and not necessarily reality. And therein lies the problem. We are trying to be educated investors. We do the research all day, every day. And I'm sure you do a fair bit of it as well. And we all collectively run a bunch of crap news articles that don't tell you specifics, that don't tell you even correct information. They just tell you someone's opinion. And that is really not helpful in the long term. But some of it is more evil than just somebody being wrong. Some of the people are actually consciously incorrect.
Right. Sometimes it's not their opinion, only it's just the opinion they present has an agenda behind it to make you think something that's not true, which is pretty much counterintelligence. And that's the whole point of today's video, talking about information that's being given to you that is the exact opposite of the truth. And that happens a lot in crypto, not only crypto, but it's happened in history as well. There's a cool book you can check out if you want called COINTELPRO. And it's documents that were released by the FBI under a Supreme Court warrant. Declassification. And so some things are redacted in there, but you can read through and get a good idea of what was going on with the counterintelligence program and how effective it was. So when you look at the crypto space now, like this Bitcoin chart where people are saying all these things about how worthless they think crypto and Bitcoin is. However, there's thousands of percentage of returns being made and gains in the tens of thousands in some of these bull runs for some of the investors. And so it's laughable, but we're here to talk to you more about the counterinformation, the counterintelligence that is being put into the market recently and how it can affect you and other traders.
For instance, like I'm sure that you might have run across some of the videos that like Bitcoin is dead. I ran across one recently when Bitcoin went under a 4% dip. It went under 4% dip, and people went to YouTube being like, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's dead, everybody get out. Now, why would someone say something like that? Are they an alarmist, annoying, obnoxious person? Yes. But a little bit deeper, they might want to buy Bitcoin cheaper for themselves.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and that's what market makers do. It's kind of like back during the Great Depression when they had the runs on the bank. Just a famous person, I think it was J.P. Morgan or someone, they basically put out that one of the banks was failing and wasn't able to give everybody their cash. And so everybody rushed to all the banks to try to get their money out. And obviously we don't have enough money printed to give everybody their money at one time. So that created collapses in many, many banks, which led to the Great Depression. And so that's something that... similar today, same thing. People are putting out all this fake news, putting out these headlines. One recently that we talked about was the ETFs being approved for Bitcoin. There's 7 applications, or maybe more now. At least seven. And someone tweeted that it was approved, and that made a huge spike in the price of Bitcoin, but it was completely false information. So whoever did it probably was bagged up, at the bottom, released the information, waited for the pump, and then dumped on everybody and took all the profits, which you could see in the chart by the way the candlesticks, the wick pulled back. So the ETFs being approved was some fake news that came out. Even more recently, there was news that said that there was an application for the XRP Ripple project to have an ETF, and Ethereum also. So there's been a lot of fake outs about these ETFs being approved.
There were two Ethereum ETF applications submitted, so I think that's true. But the
they said it was
XRP ETF. Oh, okay.
Someone tried to say Ethereum was approved.
Oh, so what I heard is that it's true that Ethereum and Bitcoin have ETF applications in. Fake news came about BTC application being approved. No fake news about the ETH one yet. And then the one about the XRP application was entirely fabricated.
Right.
Got it. And so there are different types of misinformation. So the government went on to say citizens, protect yourselves from this weird thing that they call cryptocurrency. And they're kind of changing now because different countries around the world are actually thinking about making it their legal tender. And so America has to be a little bit less rabble-rousy. But there's still wrong information out there. And it could be, kind of benign. It could be harmless. Kind of like somebody having a wildly inaccurate price prediction for your favorite token.
Right.
Even that can be intentionally skewed to mess with your psychology. It doesn't have to be an entire fake out. It could just be a slight piece of misinformation that makes you act in a way that benefits them. For instance, if you were told that the price target for Bitcoin this bull run is 200,000, you would what the person telling you that might hope that you'd do is you would hold your bags past the top so that you're not putting selling pressure on the market, and therefore that person can sell their bags before you sell yours. And that's small, that's arguable, that's a little petty, but that's still a precipitate of people saying the wrong information on purpose.
Right. It's like trash talking in sports. Some people try to use that as a tactic to get in the head of their opponents. And it's similar here when they're saying, 200K, this cycle guaranteed 100%. Just like you said, they're going to try to get you to hold on beyond that, because that's when you get into your fear of and greed. You get into the greedy stages of the cycle, and they know that when you get greedy, that's when they start taking money and start collecting all the bags.
Yeah, and so a lot of big YouTube, crypto YouTube channels have been guilty of doing this, whether it be giving you wrong information for their benefit of getting just some hard cash in the back,
right? Or
they give you wrong information so that they can dump their bags on you in the exchange market. And so we want to let you know this, put the power in your hands so that you could delineate, right from wrong. Not necessarily right from wrong, but accurate from inaccurate.
Right. Put yourself in a position to win.
Right. And a lot of things. So one tool that I use to separate fact from fiction when I'm doing my research is real news doesn't give its opinion. Fake news, or at least dime a dozen news, gives its opinion because it doesn't have actual content to give you. So they just have to make something up on the spot.
Right.
And whether it be wild abandon causing them to just have mouth cabbage typed down for wasting your time, or an agenda to push to steer you in the wrong direction, you can still find out if it's true just by looking at the article headline. For instance, my only two news sources that I ever look at are AP.com and Reuters.com, Reuters, because they don't put spin on it. And so you can go to a website of your choosing, look at a headline, and then go to Reuters or Associated Press and find the actual headline that tells you the actual facts without messing with the narrative or the possible optics of the situation.
So would you say they're reporting more of the facts on what's happening versus what they want you to think about what's happening?
Precisely, like a news organization should.
Right.
It's not
that's
opinions.
What news is.
It's news. Yeah.
Back in the days, that's all news was. People taking photos of things and writing what happened. Now it's like taking photos, making up photos, fake videos, and telling you what you should think about things that may or may not have happened.
Right.
It's kind of crazy, the world we live in now. So definitely be aware of that. And that's what we're here to bring to the table.
And I think it's ultimately important because our beliefs and our thoughts and our actions all come chronologically after we decide what we know and what we believe. And these articles or these videos or these pieces of news, however they're reaching you, are trying to influence your information base. And we're out here, and I'm going to say it again, spiritual battle.
Yep.
You just have to steel yourself against all of these tiny little chips away at your armor about, trying to make you do something that you wouldn't normally do, like sell your Bitcoin for one small instance. And so
Buy 2 pizzas.
if we make sure that the information in our head's correct, then we can be confident and have conviction in our actions, like we mentioned before. And this is how it all comes together.
Yep, absolutely. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
That's all good information. None of it was counterintelligence. So thank you for watching.
As far as we know, so thanks for watching.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Good luck.